Discount Tire car.
Keselowski comes to life. These fans are going crazy.
I got a really good story about this car.
Brad Keselowski is in control.
This is going to be a good one. How come this car is so important? I'm going to circle all the way back to 2009. Driving for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the NASCAR, at that time, Nationwide Series. And for Rick Hendrick, part-time in the Cup Series 25 car. It was really a great time in my life. Like, things were happening. We were winning races.
Keselowski to the lead.
The 88 of Brad Keselowski with his second win.
He's going to win in the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
Won my first Cup race.
Brad Keselowski comes by. He'll score the win in the Aaron's 499.
Everything you want as a young race car driver. The problem was there was no pathway for me to get to Cup full-time. I really wanted to drive the 5 car at Hendrick. But at that time, it was Mark Martin. They were winning races. Cars were fast. Everybody was happy. I knew that if I drove the Team Hendrick 5 car, I could win races and contend for a championship. I just wanted the opportunity to drive it full-time. But as fate would happen to have it, none of that came together. Mark Martin goes on to win Phoenix and decides he wants to stay with Team Hendrick, and there was no room at the end for me. So the summer of 2009 was really a time of tough decisions. And one of those tough decisions came in a phone call from Roger Penske. Quite simply, one of his cars, the number 12 car, wasn't performing to his standards. And he knew that my Cup ride with Team Hendrick was not in play. I needed a place to go for 2010. So he called me up and made me an offer. Come drive the number 12 Cup car full-time. It's all yours. But I really wasn't too keen on it. The team was really struggling. In fact, I think they were almost 30th in points at the time. And I just didn't feel confident that it was the driver. I thought that I could help, don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel like I could just go in and win races. So I told him, well, I'm not so sure about this, Mr. Penske. If I'm going to take that ride, I really want to drive what's now a NASCAR Xfinity Series car full-time and parallel to it in the 2010 season. So we would need to have an Xfinity team. And Mr. Penske was not keen on that. He flat out said no. He didn't want another team, another distraction, and he didn't really see how that would benefit. Now, I don't know if I necessarily was calling his bluff or if he was calling my bluff, but that was the end of the conversation. I told him I wasn't interested in driving for Roger Penske. I was at a friend's house, TJ Majors, who now spots for Joey Logano, but at the time spotted for Dale Earnhardt Jr., and I got a call from my agent, John Caponegro. And he called me and just really simply said, hey, look, I talked to Roger Penske today, and he found a full-time sponsor to start a second Xfinity team. You ready to take the deal? I was caught off guard, to say the least. I thought when I left the call with Roger Penske that, hey, deal's done, it's not going to come together, so be it. We'll look at other options. Now I'm getting a call saying we'll have a full-time Cup ride for it and a full-time Xfinity ride. How is this possible? This is exactly what I wanted. And that's when the caveat came. Discount Tire was going to come to our team, and they wanted to sponsor me. Without it, nothing would come together. I decided to sign in 2009, late August.
Brad Keselowski made a big announcement that he's going Sprint Cup racing for Roger Penske next year, while he's also going to continue to run the Nationwide Series.
And went on to have one of the best seasons of my career in 2010, winning the Xfinity Series championship.
Here comes your champion, Brad Keselowski. Fantastic job all year long in this car.
This car was one of the best cars. I'm proud to be able to have it in my museum here today. It's one of my most prized collections, and one I hope to be able to tell the story with for a long time.
Everybody that supports us along the way. There's so many from our sponsors, Discount Tire, and these cars were fast all year, and that's what it takes to win a championship.
What would happen if Discount Tire never made that phone call? Well, I know I would have never signed with Team Penske. So through my visor, this car won me a lot of races, and a sponsor made my career. Thank you, Discount Tire.